Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Okay, so in our previous class I have taught you the reaction which was reaction of metal with what? Sorry, acid with metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate. Come. So did you understood up to that part? What was the last thing I taught in that reaction? Did I told you the test for CO2? Completely I told you? Okay. So the test is we have to add, we have to we have to react the gas which is there in the test tube, which is CO2 actually. I have told you that we have to react that with lime water, right? So all of you know now what is lime water? Lime water is the aqueous solution of slaked lime, calcium hydroxide. Yes. Then after reaction what we will observe? Two changes we will observe now. What are the two changes? First one was the change in color from transparent or clear liquid to milky. Second change was insoluble to soluble. That means previously soluble to insoluble. Previously the lime water was soluble in water, but now it is insoluble in water, right? If we further give some extra CO2, then in presence of excess CO2 what will happen? It will again change its color to transparent. So this is the change we have observed. Clear all of you up to here? So up to here we have discussed two reactions, right? First two reactions. So third one is the reaction with base. So this one is similar to the reaction which was there in, okay, I am continuing with acid only now. Okay. So this reaction is there also in base also and acid also. That means the third reaction was reaction of acid with base, right? So what we have to react? We have to react one acid with a particular base. So whenever one acid reacts with a base, this reaction has a particular name. That name is neutralization reaction. Whenever one acid reacts with a base, it is neutralization reaction. And the products which are formed here are salt and water. Okay. So this reaction is common for the third reaction which will be there in the reaction of base. So in that case what you will get is that reaction with acid. You are understanding now? When we will talk about the chemical property of bases, it will be reaction with acid. So instead of this I will write base plus acid, same thing only, acid plus base or base plus acid, same only na. So third reaction is the similar reaction which is there in acidic type, and this type of reaction is known as the what? Neutralization reaction. Okay, neutralization reaction, this is known as, no need to write anything, okay, all the notes I have given you already. Come, no need to write anything in your notebook now, because all of you know I have given you the notes in the PDF format. You can write from there, just listen and understand now. Clear all of you? If you find anything extra then you can write, but I don't think so anything extra will be there, everything is there in the notes. Okay. So you can write all those notes from the PDF which I have already sent in the group. You are joined in the group? You are there, na? Okay. So this reaction is known as the neutralization reaction, and this reaction is similar in the third reaction of the bases also. Clear all of you? So one example, we also need one example. Yes, as I have already told you, we have to know the general equation and one example at least, right? So this is the general equation. Example will be, for acid we can write what? HCl, common acid, na? HCl. Then for base, sodium hydroxide, okay, NaOH, then NaCl. So do you know how it is forming NaCl? And water, right? It is forming NaCl how? Do you know? Actually what happens when one acid reacts with a base, first of all there is a division of its particular ions into two parts. One is the cation and another is the anion. That means one is positive part, one is negative part. Clear? Here what happens? Hydrogen is released as H plus ion, which is the cationic part of this compound HCl. Clear? Then chlorine is released as Cl minus. Here also the same thing happens. Na is released as sodium plus and OH is released as OH minus ion. Clear all of you? Now what happens? There is a combination between these two. Addition is there, na? Addition means this is combining with this one. So what happens? The plus part of this compound reacts with the negative part of this and it is forming the H2O. Clear? 1H, 2HO, H2O. Is it clear to you? So that is why it is forming H2O, this one. Clear? And this Cl, which is the negative part, and this Na, which is the positive part, they are combining together and they are forming the what? NaCl, this one. Clear all of you? What type of reaction it is? Any other name for this? Okay, very good. So intelligent you all are, huh? I didn't expect it, but yes, this is a type of double displacement reaction. Why? Because hydrogen is displaced and it is hydrogen is displacing the sodium from NaOH and it is getting attached with the OH. In the similar way, chlorine is getting attached with the sodium. So double displacement is there. Clear? All of you are clear up to here? Okay. So this is the third type. All of you have understood? Okay. So we have the last type of reaction, which is the reaction with metallic oxide. So fourth one is the reaction with metallic oxides, right? So metallic oxide, what will react? Acid will react. Definitely we are reading about chemical properties of acid, so acid will react with metallic oxide. So general formula is acid plus metallic oxide gives again salt plus water. So acid plus metallic oxide, it is giving salt and water. Clear? So it is having the same product which was there in the previous one. Yes or no? Yes. Neutralization reaction also had salt and water in it. This one is also having salt and water in it. Now this salt, from where it is coming? From the metallic oxide. That means this is the salt of that particular metal which is there in the metallic oxide. For example, let us take one example. Acid is, let us take HCl, then we have the any metallic oxide, magnesium oxide, calcium oxide, anything you can take. In your book it is calcium oxide, no? What example I have given? Calcium oxide I have given. Anything you can take. So calcium oxide or magnesium oxide, if it is magnesium oxide then MgO. Clear? Same thing only. Then again the same thing will happen. This will break into H plus and Cl minus. This will break into Ca plus and O minus. Yes? Ca2 positive and O2 charge negative, like this. Okay. Then after that what will happen? These will combine and positive will go to negative part. Here the positive will go to this negative side, and salt will be formed as which one? CaCl2. CaCl2 and water will be there. So is it balanced? No. How we will balance? Chlorine is 2 in number, so here 2. Hydrogen is 2 in number. Yes, hydrogen is 2 in number. Now balanced. Clear all of you? So this is the reaction which is taking place whenever one metallic oxide is reacting with a acid. Clear all of you? So we are getting salt and water as a product. Clear? Now up to here was the reactions for acids. I hope all of you have understood everything. Is there any doubt? No. Okay. So after that we have the reaction of bases with particular things, these things only. No? So we have the reaction of bases. The first reaction is reaction with metals only, same thing. No? So second one is the topic was chemical properties of bases, right? Here also we have to read those 4 reactions only which was there in acidic part, right? First one was the reaction with metal, so here also it will be reaction with metal. So first one will be reaction with metals. Okay. So here also you have the general equation which is base plus metal gives salt and hydrogen gas. Is it same like that one? In acid also it was same, salt and hydrogen gas was released. Here also same thing. So general reaction is base plus metal equal to gives to base plus metal gives salt and H2. So here again I will not discuss the same thing, how to detect hydrogen gas, same thing only. You understood, no? I have already explained you how to detect hydrogen gas. That thing will be followed here also. Even if it is an acid, if it is a base, if it is liberating one gas, then the same thing will be there, test will be same, pop test. All of you remember, no? When we bring a burning matchstick near the mouth of a test tube containing the particular unknown gas, it will burn with a pop sound. This pop sound confirms the presence of hydrogen gas. Clear all of you? Now here we have the example sodium hydroxide and zinc. So base we have NaOH, right? Then metal zinc. It will form the salt which is, tell me, here it will be hydrogen, then Na2 ZnO2. Is it balanced? No. So it will be 2. Now everything balanced. So this is the reaction with metals. Clear all of you? Then the second one was the reaction with metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate. So here you don't have to read anything. This is very nice for you, na? Because no reaction takes place whenever a base reacts with a what was that, metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate. Clear all of you? So in the second one, when it reacts with the metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate, when a base reacts, it doesn't give any reaction. That means for second one we will get no reaction at all. So no need to read also. Clear? That means previously whatever it looks like, even after adding it, both the things, even after adding them, it will look the similar only. There will be no reaction at all. Clear? Third one is the reaction with acid. So I have already told you, this one you can write the same reaction which was there in the acid. There it was reaction with base, here it is reaction with acid. So you can write the same thing, neutralization reaction. No need to explain now again. All of you are understanding now? Okay. So the last reaction is reaction with non-metallic oxide. Can I rub? So last reaction is reaction with non-metallic oxide. Reaction with non-metallic oxides. Okay. So we have the oxide of non-metal here. Previously it was metallic oxide. In the fourth one for acid, reaction with metal oxides. Here it is reaction with non-metal oxide. Yes or no? So the general equation is base plus non-metallic oxide. Again here the same thing only, salt and water, just like the neutralization reaction, just like the metallic oxide reaction, that one. No, same only. So here also whenever one base reacts with a non-metallic oxide, then what will happen? It will give one particular salt of that particular non-metal, and along with it water will be released. Okay. So the reaction example is NaOH plus SO2 gives NaOH plus SO2 gives what? Na2SO4 plus H2O. Clear? Here again you can see like that only, Na positive, clear, then OH negative. This will break into two parts, positive part and negative part. Similarly this one also will break into two parts, S 2 positive, O 2 charge negative, like that, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, search for it if it is. Okay. Then what will happen? The positive part will again go to negative part, negative part will go to positive part. It will form the compound like this, which will be a salt of the non-metal, which is sulfur dioxide here, no? Non-metallic sulfur. Clear? Sulfur is the non-metal here. So salt of sulfur will be formed. Clear all of you? Okay. So up to here we have completed all the chemical properties of acids as well as the bases, and the notes I have already provided you in the WhatsApp in form of PDF. You can write from there. Okay. So that is why I am not allowing you to write now. Same thing, why to write again and again, no? Then we have the next topic in our book, which is the what do all acids and bases have in. Now what we have to see is that what are the things which are present in acid and base which are very similar to each other. We have already read about acids, we have already read about bases. These two things we are already aware about. Okay. Now up to here we have already read what are the differences. Acids are always producing H plus ions, bases are always producing OH minus ions. They are sour in taste, they are bitter in taste, they turn blue litmus to red, they turn red litmus to blue. That means up to here you have got only the differences till now. Yes, and we have so many indicators also which we read. In that indicator there is a different change in color. Due to that difference in color we are able to understand whether it is an acid or a base. Clear all of you? Now in this point we have to talk about the similarities. Till now we have discussed only the differences, here we have to see the similarities. Now the topic is, what do all acids and bases have in common? So first of all, let us take one acid and one base to understand this topic. Clear? We have a common acid HCl, we have a common base NaOH. Clear? Now whenever we are to dissociate its ion, now what is dissociate? Dissociate means to break, okay, to separate, okay. Now what we have to separate? We have to separate the particular compound into its anion and cation. We all know now, always one compound is having two things, one positive part called cation, one negative part called anion. If we are to break this compound into its separate positive and negative part, the same thing if we apply here also, let us see what things we will get. Here we will get H plus and this will give us Cl minus. Here it will give us Na positive and this will give us OH negative. So from here one thing you can find similar in these two types is the presence of this hydrogen, right? Whenever acids dissociate, whenever acids break or bases break or dissociate, there is always one hydrogen which is there in both acid as well as what? Base, right? So similar thing is the presence of hydrogen gas, or what we say element hydrogen, not gas, element hydrogen. That means hydrogen is definitely present in all the acids and all the bases. The only difference is that they are present as different compounds or ions, different ions. In case of acids, they are always giving us H plus ions, okay. All acids when they break, they always give us H plus ions, and all bases whenever they break, they give us OH minus ion. So the similar thing is that whether it is acid or a base, it have a common thing which is hydrogen in them. Clear? All acids and bases, thus we can say that all acids and bases have hydrogen in them. Can we call it? Yes? Now the other property which you got from here is the property of H plus and OH minus, right? So always remember, whenever one acid breaks into its particular ions, it always gives one ion which is H plus ion, and whenever a base divides into its particular ions, it always gives us a OH minus ion. Clear? This is the definite character of a acid or a base. Clear? One day one question was asked by you, no? Samardeep, you asked me, no? One question that day you asked me. I don't remember that question, but the answer was because they produce H plus ions and it is the character of all acid, that is why it is acidic in character. Like that one question you asked, no? What was that question? Why non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature? Yes. See, if some question in your exam comes like this, why non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature, or some other question also come like this, that why is sodium hydroxide a base? Clear? It may be anything. Question pattern will be the same only. You are able to understand, no? Why is HCl a acid, or why is NaOH a base, or why are non-metallic oxides, what you said, acidic in nature? So all these questions have a particular answer only, that is the presence of H plus ions or the OH minus ions. Clear? If the question is asked why it is a base, you have to say that whenever this compound dissociates, then it always produces OH minus ion, and since it produces OH minus ion, which is the characteristic property for a base, hence this particular compound is a base. You are able to understand now? Same answer for acid also. Why is HCl an acid? So answer will be, whenever HCl breaks into its particular ions or dissociates into its particular ions, one of the ions produced is the H plus ion, which is a definite property for the presence of an acid. Since HCl is able to release H plus ions, which is a property for acid, hence HCl is an acid. Clear? In this way you have to write the answer. All of you are clear? You are clear, Samardeep? Yes, sir. Like this you have to write. Okay. So in this part we only have to read the ions. What do acids and bases have common in them? Acids have commonly H plus ion in them, and bases have commonly OH minus ion in them. Clear, all of you? So did I give you the notes up to here? Other things also I have given. Okay. Types you can read on your own, but still, okay, let me tell you. Types of acids and bases. Okay, strong acid, weak acid, like that. Okay, now we have the types of acids or the bases. We have the different types of acids or bases depending on the production of H plus ion or OH minus ion. We read just now, na? Acids produce H plus ion, bases produce OH minus ion. So depending on the concentration of that particular H plus or OH minus, depending on the particular concentration of H plus or OH minus ion, all acids and bases are divided into two types. One is the strong acid, strong base, or weak acid, weak base. Clear? So acids or bases may be classified into two types based on the presence of the concentration of H plus or OH minus ions in them. So these may be either strong or these may be the weak. That means strong acid, strong base, or weak acid, weak base. Now the question is there, how to determine whether a particular acid or a base is strong in nature? Clear? How to determine? How will we know that whether a particular acid or base is strong or weak? Okay. So if it is able to generate more number of H plus ions or OH minus ions, that means if the amount of OH or H plus ions is released in large number, large concentrations, then we can call such type of acid or base as strong. Clear? But if it is less in number, the concentration is very less for either H plus or OH minus, then this will be considered as a base. Clear? So depending on the concentration of H plus and OH minus ion, whether it is more in number or less in number, it is strong or weak. Clear, everyone? I have given you a list of so many acids and so many bases also. You can read the examples. Examples I am not telling you now. Okay? You can read. All those are there in the PDF only. Clear? Up to here I have given you, right? So after that we have the next topic. These notes not required to write now. I will give you the PDF today. Okay? The notes I will give you after going to home. I will give you the PDF. No need to write now. Just listen. Bell did not ring, no? Time is there, no? It's 11:10 only. 2-3 minutes are there. Okay. So Let me talk about the next topic. No need to write anything now, just write the notes. I will give you the PDF in the group, from there you can write. Just understand the topic. So the topic is what happens to an acid or a base in water solution. It is the topic in your book. What happens to an acid or a base? That means we have one acid, we have one base. Whenever it is added to water, whenever it is mixed with water, what is the thing, what is the change we are observing? That thing we have to read here. Clear all of you? Whenever one acid or a base is mixed in water, what change we are going to observe? That thing we have to read. Okay? Did other teacher came or what? Then why are you looking outside? No one came, no? Bell also did not ring, but time is over actually. Okay, let me finish this one. Whenever one acid reacts with water, okay. So here what happens? Let me give you one example. Acid, let us consider HCl only. When it reacts with water, we have already discussed just now that it will break into the two ions which are, can I rub this for now? Okay, let me rub it for now. Okay, it divides into two things, H plus and Cl minus, right? This thing will also divide into two parts, H plus OH minus, right? And since there is a addition, there is a combination, there is a mixing of acid into water, that means definitely these ions which are released, they will also try to mix together, right? So in that process, what will happen? This whole water, first of all it will break, the same thing will happen, negative part of the water will go to the positive part and it will form H2O again. That means this will break and form H2O, same thing it will be. That means you can, if you don't write also, then also it is okay, H2O and H2O same only, okay. Further what will happen, this H2O again reacts with the H plus ion which was left and it will form H2 plus 1 3O positive charge. Is it clear to you how it is forming H plus and how it is forming H3O positive? Is it clear to you? And chlorine is released separately. Clear all of you? That means whenever one acid reacts with a water, then it will either form H plus ions or H3O positive ion. Clear? It can either form H plus ion or it can form H3O positive ion. H plus ion is also known as, anyone who can tell me? H plus? Hydronium is this one. Hydrogen ion. Okay, any other name? Any other? Protons. Do you know protons? These are the protons only. Do you know? No? Yes, these are the protons, definitely. So, protons are released and what is released? Hydronium ion. So, this H3O positive is known as the hydronium ion, okay. But hydronium ion is not released in a single step, in two steps it is released. First of all, water will break into H plus positive, first step. In the second step, this H plus will combine with, this OH minus will combine with H plus and form water. In the third step, this again combines with the H positive and later on forms the hydronium ion. Clear all of you? So this was the reaction for acid when it reacts with water. Now the second reaction is what happens when one base is mixed into water. Please don't talk. So, when base reacts with water, the same thing happens. See how? For example, I have a base NaOH, it is reacting with water. So, the same thing, it will form the two things which are Na positive and OH negative. It will break into Na positive and OH negative. Clear? Water will break into H positive and OH negative, right? So, here what will happen? We have the same type of ions, OH negative here and there also. So, here we can say that whenever one base reacts with water, it always gives OH minus ion, which we already read. Clear? So, here from here also we can get the definite test that yes, bases give OH minus ion always. Clear? So, whenever one base reacts with water, it gives OH minus ions. Clear?